And we're back! My name is Troublemaker. This is Wargame Cup 2012. I'd like to thank Eugen Systems for putting on this tournament. They've delved out all the round 1 prizes. Cost them like, what, 100 grand? Something like that. Pretty expensive tournament to put on. All as a part of advertising for the upcoming Wargame Airland Battles title, which of course we'll be covering as well. An exciting match, only exciting for one reason. This man right here. His name is Rattusxrattus, and I've actually learned to hate this guy. However, before I go into that, to introduce the other player, his name is Zombiepigman. 2000 rated, far superior player, hopefully a sniper of Rattusxrattus. And the reason why we hate Rattusxrattus is because he's been playing against a lot of mediocre opponents who have been beating him. And then last minute he's been going for some sort of rush and just winning. And that's worked for the last 4 rounds in which he's beaten his opponents. But now we're into round 5 and he's playing against Zombiepigman. Zombiepigman is really good. He is a 2000 ELO rated player. He's one of the top of the world. I thought that his playstyle was good enough to actually get him into the final 16. We will see. I'm looking forward to seeing the elimination of Rattusxrattus. Going for a combination of units here, going for an extra. Usually when I do this kind of Cobra thing or helicopter thing, I go for two different helicopter squads and recon. I generally favor also having an anti-tank helicopter as well, just half and half. But he's going for 6, and this is pretty micro intensive. You have to bob the recon around, just looking for some loose ends, and then using your helicopters to kind of pick it off. It's good for forcing your opponent to get a lot of anti-air units, and it can also be used for very easily scouting along the edges. It's very mobile, and they're units you don't have to lose. From Zombiepigman, looks like we're seeing a lot of supported vehicles, a lot of infantry, some conquerors, and looks like he's going to play relatively standard, except he only has, okay, there it is, he has 2 command vehicles. So judging by the position of this command vehicle, looks like he might try to take Echo, and that'll be a very, very long reinforcement path from Rattusxrattus. Looks like some sort of all-in. Judging by the number of motivated he has, he has some toes, which of course have very tiny fuel tanks, and yeah, just a lot of these units look kind of all-in-ish. And just judging by the way he spreads his forces, like they're all pretty clumped to one side, which indicates that he's going to go along this attack path, no doubt. So he's rushing out with his gazelles, and he's trying to bring in a Blackhawk. The Blackhawk is going to carry, I believe, Delta Force? I'm probably right there. And here comes the recon visit, and this is where you got to do some bobbing. This is very important. Bob back, and oh my god, he's going to lose this recon helicopter. Early win for Rattusxrattus. Picking up that recon helicopter is pretty key. It is an expensive unit, 85 points, and he's going to pull back his helicopters now. Delta Force has landed. It's going to secure this location here, which is very good. It's very expensive to remove this, and apparently I've been invited to go get rarer items. I don't believe I will join that group because I don't really care about rarer items. I don't play games that generally have items in them. Are there any items in this? I don't think there are any items in this game. And so Zombiepigman's going to bring up a single Scott unit. The Delta Force will no doubt tear this thing apart. It might not even be able to unload in time. And grenades go off. And actually, this Scott survived quite a bit. There it goes. It's down. Motel Streltsy, all of it destroyed. Here comes some anti-air units. And here's 3 infantry. This should be it. Oh my god. Look at these great helicopters coming in. Just 2. He's got 6 of them totally. Spread them all around the map. And he's using the helicopters to help inflate this battle. A very impressive play. All the way over here, we see a small squad by Rattusxrattus coming to try to take position. But this key battle right here for this small sector of unimportance cleaned up by Rattusxrattus. And now he's going to deploy this TPZ Fuchs worth of, are these going to be phone spares? No. That's not good enough. Maybe these are fusillas. Z4 City squad. And here comes the big flank as well. This is a big, scary army, actually. And considering how stretched out that Zombiepigman is, it's going to be very hard for him to defend this. He's pulling up all his Conquerors, all of his Zolos, all of his anti-tank weaponry, and a single anti-aircraft vehicle, just in case some anti-aircraft decide to join, or some aircraft, sorry, trying to join the fray. And actually, Rattusxrattus is playing surprisingly well. And actually, this was just the end of the argument. It's a Yager. It was a Yager. He's going to move up these forces. He's got the infantry in the lead, going to soak some of that damage up, making sure that his critical anti-tank army will in fact survive. And that's exactly what's going on. Will the target... Yes, he is going to attack target. We see from Zombiepigman specifically targeting the anti-tank vehicles, not going after his infantries. And surprisingly, Rattusxrattus doing a lot of damage. He's actually taking a 100-point lead here as his armies are moving up. The command army you can see in the distance is trying to move to this location, but it's going to have to turn around. There's actually just too much here. The two remaining Conquerors are empty. In fact, Zombiepigman very wisely going to pull them back. Doesn't want to lose them. No point in losing them. They are empty, but he can restock them. Yagers and TPC hooks have been cleaned up. In the main battlefront, we see that there's a bunch of helicopters moving up. There is an OSA AKM here. It's only got like 6 rockets, and a lot of them are missing. He can actually do a lot of damage to these helicopters. There is an Afghansky here. The Afghanskys are insanely hard to deal with. They're very good against a high variety of units, which makes them kind of scary. Even these infantries will get completely stumped by the Afghanskys. There's lots of martyrs going to wipe it out, and now it's gone. 2 infantry actually move into this location. There's nothing here for it to take, unfortunately. Delta Force still being a pest, and actually Rattusxrattus in a very good position right now. He's 200 points ahead, almost double the score of his opponent, and he's moving on to the main base. Rattusxrattus has 2 bases. In fact, he's gone for the very close reinforcement point of Bravo and Alpha, the high point. I'm gonna try saying that again. The high point location. It's not the highest point location, but it's much, much higher than what poor little Zombiepigman has with 1 point. And it appears that, much like myself, Zombiepigman has in fact massively underestimated Rattusxrattus. It's these underdogs that really make this tournament exciting. And I know, like, the high hit matches, the ones that everyone wants to watch, are going to be those ones featuring Tiga and Komarami and Bent Guru and Sotek. But it's these guys here that can actually turn the tides of the battle. They're complete unknowns. They don't ladder. I don't even know if they practice. And so, with that in mind, we're actually going to hit kind of a mid-game point in which Rattusxrattus is going to have to resupply all his units with some supply trucks, and we're going to see what's going to get rallied in. And so for Zombiepigman, he's actually going to rally in infantry to try and defend. It's kind of obvious right now that Rattusxrattus is rush, and unfortunately it looks like he's just going to throw them all away, and he does. Yeah, but when someone rushes, it looks like they're going to rush. Like, he might as well just get more infantry. And in fact, Zombiepigman's going for the middle, so he'll be fine. Economically, he'll be fine. He'll be in 10 minutes back in the lead, but he's got to maintain his position. And here we go. The rush is coming already. He's coming with some supply trucks to resupply them as they're getting hit. This will lower the chances of them getting destroyed, of course. And this Scott, of course, doesn't really do anything. Not really a big target. And he's got to stop targeting it down. He needs to get vision on this Afghansky. The Afghanskys are pretty key. If he can kill the Afghanskys off, he'll be able to bring in his infantry. His infantry are moving towards the FOB, which is mostly undefended. He'll be able to snag that, but no, he gets caught off guard by these rallying in Zolos. Very expensive units. The recon, or the supply truck, is draining resources on keeping this Abrams alive. And the TOW, in a wonderful position here in the woods, going to be in position to hit everything here. On top of that, there's all kinds of other things getting hit, like this weird anti-aircraft units. And the infantry are moving in to get dropped. The command armor's not getting moved, though. This could be a problem here for Zombiepigman if these infantry are able to get step forward. But no, he pulls command armor back. The Afghanskys are coming in, but they're dead now. He's only got 1 Afghansky left. Command armor's getting pulled back. There's just not enough here. And once again, Rattusxrattus taking a big surprising lead here. There is a tank in the back here, probably going to get wiped out by this TOW, which is not taking too much damage. And this should be the shot that kills. Come on, TOW shot. This is the one. No, it doesn't kill. Okay. Maybe I'm emphasizing on the wrong things here. But the important part is that now Rattusxrattus has a 300-point lead. He's lost all of his Martyr VTSIs, which is a pretty sizable loss. It really brings down the sting of his pushes. But at this point, Rattusxrattus is not really in a needy position to push. He's in a position where, oh my god, look at this, how smart he is. He realized that the command armor must be in the back somewhere, so he's going to move his helicopters along the back and go for a kill. That is so smart of you, Mr. Rattusxrattus. This is exactly what I would do. Flush the command armor out, bring in the skirmishers. The skirmishers will finish it. And there's no real anti-air vehicles here, except for, well, there's this OSA. It's got to move up, though. It's got to get close enough, because these helicopters are like hungry dogs. And does anyone remember that quote from The Dark Knight? You know, you never something but a hungry dog. No? Helicopter recon goes down. He's putting the Black Hawk helicopter up front. It's not a combat helicopter. He's using it specifically to drain out some of these rockets, and it works. It does in fact get struck. He kills command armor with the only vehicle here that does damage, and he's going to get away with it. Insanely good play by Rattusxrattus. And now from Rattusxrattus, and this is thinking tactically. He has two bases that are very poorly defended, and they're poorly defended because he's been going for a big rush style. This causes quite a problem. That means he has to do one of two things. One, move his army back. Or two, move his command armors up. And moving your command armors up is the smart way to go. So this Bravo base, go to Echo, put one here at Foxtrot, maybe even get a third command armor. Maybe take Alpha or Charlie, either one, probably Alpha. And that way you'll have a faster reinforcement point. Your forces will be far more centralized, and you'll be in a good position. Now, we have more of this Delta squad, and there is a little hit squad here from Zombiepigman trying to make something happen. He's gone a very long route. You can tell it's a long route because they're getting it a fuel. He actually has a supply truck here, kind of hilariously, to resupply these vehicles so they can get to their target location. This is actually kind of threatening. There are some Chasseurs here and some EX-10Ps, but maybe not enough. Delta Force going to get thrown away. It was worth a try. If you can snipe off the last command with just a single Delta Force, it pays off itself. And so here we go. Zombiepigman loses both immediately. Little bit of a misplay here on the part of Zombiepigman. Here comes the other infantry squad. And Martyr VTSI is coming out here for Rattusxrattus, wanting to replenish that key Martyr VTSI count. Huge tip for Martyr VTSI users. This comes from Bent Guru of all people. Always make sure to get one veterancy on your Martyr VTSI. It'll pay off itself. We have another commander actually for Rattusxrattus. He's taken the middle location, and he's actually moved this commander. He realizes it's not a great secure location. He's doing roughly what I said. He's going to move the commander, maybe Echo, maybe like Foxtrot would be the preferred location because the FOB's there, and that means you'll be able to heal up your command armor as it takes damage. Pretty good. So Rattusxrattus, 500-point lead, 3 commands on the map. His opponent really doesn't have any mobilization options and is kind of in this unfortunate position that you would expect Rattusxrattus to be in which he's really far behind and needs a Hail Mary to win. And so, the standard practice of Troublemaker, when you're this far behind and it's destruction mode, your best bet is to all in. It's got to be something big, though, like 16 helicopters. Instead, we're going to see an extra command armor here for Zombiepigman. He's going to take the hotel location and golf. That would give him 5 points. That's still a lot more. It's pretty obvious. 16 helicopters would change the tide of the battle. I'm getting text messages like crazy, so hopefully this game ends soon. He's running out of fuel, actually, and there's nothing here to support this command vehicle. Rattusxrattus sees it coming. He's going to move his infantry vehicle to intercept, and he will get the kill. Okay, just a little pet peeve of mine. And maybe somebody who plays the game in the tournament could explain this to me. Why did this ever become a thing? Why? Why did the transport helicopter with 20 rounds of ammunition ever become a thing? It's not transporting anything. There's no infantry in there. It's just a transport helicopter with 20 rounds of ammunition. Why did this ever become a thing? Look at that. It's empty already. 1 round did no damage. I don't get it. Why is that a thing? Speaking of why is that a thing, Zombiepigman surrenders, realizing he cannot win, and you can see why this is a huge upset. Zombiepigman 2000 ELO, Rattusxrattus pretty much doesn't ladder. Have to give props to Rattusxrattus. When he was playing against mediocre players, which is what he's been doing for the tournament, he's been playing very mediocre. Now he's playing against an excellent player, and he played excellently. We may have in fact found the Saiyan of this tournament. Super Saiyan Rattusxrattus. Because, you know, when a Saiyan gets defeated, they come back stronger. It's part of their DNA, if you watch the show. My name is Troublemaker. I have an even higher rated match coming up next. So stay tuned. I'll have it posted soon. Thanks for watching.